Now, Graham,
Yeah.
you know, over the years, magicians have tried to get spectators like yourself to think of a small number that even you aren't aware of, all right? And I'm going to do that for you right now. I'm going to get you to do it, all right?
Okay.
So from the deck, before we got here, by the way, I made a prediction, and it's there. In this napkin, I've made a prediction. It's in the napkin, all right?
On the napkin.
No, in the napkin,
Oh,
not on it.
oh,
Okay, you want to get it right? So it's in the
So
napkin.
it's the medication.
Yes, it's on medication. I wish I was. Now, I'm going to ask you, while I turn my head,
Strange yoga.
to cut some cards off the deck.
Yes.
Not yet, I'm going to look away. Cut some cards off the deck,
Yeah.
count them, and so you know how many you've got.
Right, okay.
Maybe you can count them in a way that the camera can see as well.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
But I'll look away as you do it.
All right.
Count some, tell me when you cut some off.
I've got some off.
Okay. Count the cards.
Count them off. Lloyd, can you see this?
Maybe we could sing a song while we're doing it to keep it going.
Tower song.
Have you done it?
Yes, I have.
Do you remember how many you got?
Yes, I have.
Now, so I'm not looking. Can you put them back on the top so I can't even see the thickness?
Yeah,
all right?
yeah.
All right. Now, that is all very fair and square,
Very
isn't it?
fair.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you to. I'm going to run through the cards in the deck. I want you to remember the card that lies at the position of the amount of cards you
The
have.
number
So I'm going to do this like 1, 2.
Yeah.
If it was the second card, you'd remember that card.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
So I won't look. I'm trying to do this so the camera can see and you can see at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Have you seen a card?
I
yet?
have.
Okay, you've seen a card. That's fair. Now, I'm going to try and work out what that card is. Now,
How?
I have no idea how many you cut off. That's the truth as
No,
well.
that's
I mean,
the
I
truth.
can't prove that to the camera, but that's the truth.
Lloyd didn't tell you, did he? No.
Lloyd didn't tell me,
Yeah.
but you're remembering a card, all right?
Yeah, I know.
Remembering a card.
Yeah.
I've got to work out what it is.
Okay.
Let me have a look here. I'm going to go to the deck. I think, now don't tell me yet, because I think it could be, I think it's a black card. I think it's a spot card. No, hang on, it's not a black card. It's not a spot card. I think it's a court card. I'm going to go for a picture card. King of Diamonds.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
There you go. Yeah,
that your card?
Yeah, that was my card.
Now that's quite extraordinary,
It is
isn't it?
quite extraordinary.
But you remember I made a prediction.
Don't tell me you knew beforehand.
Well, I knew you'd choose the King of Diamonds because on my prediction I wrote King of Diamonds.
So look at that.
But also, there's something else I know.
What's that?
The amount of cards you cut off, I would say you cut off 10 cards. Am I right?
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very enthusiastic.
Very excited
10
now.
cards, yeah.
Yes. I did. It was 10.
But also, more than that, I knew that you cut off 10.
Yeah.
I knew you'd choose the King of Diamonds because this King of Diamonds is the only one that's marked in the deck. Is that extraordinary?
That is very impressive.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's one of your creations, isn't
It
it?
is, a new one.
Yeah, brilliant. In the book? In the book?
In the new book.
In the new book.
That's not written yet. Thank you.
That's fantastic.
Superb.
Okay, folks, I'm going to show you about card control, how to control cards, specifically maybe the leader card in the deck. Now, I'm sure you're aware that the leader card in the deck is the Ace of Spades. So let me just find the Ace of Spades and show you exactly what I mean by card control. It's such good card control, I can't even find it, and there it is. So the Ace of Spades, I'm going to cut it into the deck, so we'll get lost into the deck somewhere. And you can see that it's all very clear and very honest. Also, I'll give the cards another shuffle. I'm not going to give them a shuffle like we do in the United Kingdom, but also a shuffle they do in America, which is like this, and that's a pretty good shuffle. I think you'll agree those cards are mixed. Now, to find the Ace of Spades, I'm going to need half the deck. I think that's about half the deck there. So I think the Ace of Spades is probably in half of these, which is pretty amazing, bearing in mind all the cutting and shuffling. In actual fact, I'm going to say that the Ace of Spades is in half of these. I think the Ace of Spades is probably in half of these. In actual fact, I think the Ace of Spades is probably in half of these. In actual fact, I'm going to go for this card here. I think that should be the Ace of Spades, and it is. Now that's pretty good, but if you play poker, wouldn't it be nice to get these cards here, a royal flush in spades? No, folks, something they don't teach in schools anymore, as far as I can gather, in chemistry, is that oil and water don't mix. I mean, what a joy. The things that they taught us when I was young, fascinating. They don't teach that anymore, I don't know why. Anyway, if you've got oil and water together, they separate. I think we know that. And it's the same with the playing cards, the same with reds and blacks. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blacks and 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. And the blacks represent the oil, the reds represent the water. So I'm going to mix them to start with so you can see what I mean. Red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black. So they are alternated at the moment, red and black. Let me just now deal them face down so you know what I mean. So it's red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black. And just in case you're skeptical of that, all these cards over here must therefore be black, and they are. If they're blacks, these must be red, and they are. So far, nothing magical. 5 reds and 5 blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to mix them again, but face down. So remember, red's over here, black's over here. So red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black, red and black. That's very clear. But they don't stay mixed for long, because look, these are now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blacks. They've separated from the 5 reds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oil and water don't mix. Hi folks, it's Paul Gordon. I'm going to show you the mystery of the 4 queens and the 4 tens. I'm going to interlace them together and show you a minor miracle. So I've got the 4 queens, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll leave those on the deck for a moment, and the 4 tens, 1, 2, 3, and 4, obviously. Now I'm going to mix the queens amongst these tens. So a queen on top, then a queen third from top, a queen fifth from top, and a queen seventh from top, like this. And you can see them interlaced there. So queen 10, etc, etc. On the table I'm going to place 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the other 4 on top of the deck. And just in case you're suspicious of that, you can see the alternation of those cards right up there. So down here we've got queen 10. Now I get, oh, I've got 5 cards, well, somebody's gone pear-shaped here. Or maybe if I do this, I could change those to the best cards on the deck, a royal flush and spades. That can't be beaten in a game of poker. Let me just show you the aces, by the way. While I've got the aces out there, I'm going to shuffle the aces. If you were here, I'll get you to do it, Graham. You're holding the camera.
Yeah.
The aces are being shuffled. They go back on the top of the deck. I'm going to give the deck a shuffle, and I'm going to instantly spell to Ace of Diamonds. Here we go. What's this? ACEOFDIAMOND. Oh, it's a Jack of Spades. Hang on, that didn't work out. Sorry, I didn't want the Jack of Spades. Let me try that again. I know what I didn't do. I didn't say the word the at the beginning of it. So let's go for a different ace. We'll go for the Ace of Clubs. THE, the ACEOFCLUBS, and it's a Jack of Spades again. Hang on a second. This isn't so good. I'm a bit embarrassed by this, Graham, because I'm trying to really impress you here. But I know. I'll go for the Ace of Hearts. Here we go. THE, the ACEOFHEARTS, and that is the bloody Jack of Spades again. Sorry, it's embarrassing. Hang on. Let's lose it. Look, look. You can see that it's lost. In fact,
Yes.
Let's do. That's lost. It's lost. In fact, if I put the cards together again,
That's lost.
The best shuffle I know, Graham, which is this, and I think you've got to admit, that's a pretty darn good. These are your cards, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're bent to hell.
Bent. Oh.
But let's try this anyway. Look. They are being mixed. Now to find the last ace, I'm going to go, sorry, not the Jack of Spades, I don't want that again. The last ace I'm going to find with half the deck. It's in here.
Yes.
In actual fact, Graham, it's in half of these. I'm going to find the Ace of Spades, and I do apologise, folks, while I'm doing this, I do apologise about the Jack of Spades. It shouldn't have appeared. I don't know why it did, but anyway. I think the Ace of Spades, it's in half of these. In fact, let's try that again. Again, I do apologise about the Jack. I think it's, sorry about this, it's
No.
really embarrassing. In fact, I think if I do this correctly, that last one should be the Ace. It's the Jack of Spades again. But I tell you what, I'm a magician. If I do that, wouldn't it be nice to get the aces like that, Graham? You see?
Oh, splendid.
There we are. Look, while I've got the aces out of the... You know, folks, I'd like to tell you about my great-grandfather. You know, when he died, he left this old fob watch, and there was 2 sets of numbers on it. We originally thought they were bank details or a security number or key safe number, something like that. Maybe even army numbers, bearing in mind he sort of thrived in the late 1800s. But actually we realised that he was a card player and a card cheat, and those numbers were a system of cheating at cards. Now, a couple of years ago, I've already told you about the first set of numbers. It's the second set which I'd like to tell you now. The numbers on the fob watch read 11, 4, 5, 1, 5. And let me show you how that works. Now the first thing is that my great-grandfather could take a pack of cards wherever he was in the world, shuffle the cards. He could always locate the best cards in the deck. The best cards, generally speaking, are the 4 aces, and there are the 4 aces. But let me tell you about this set of numbers. 11, 4, 5, 1, 5. What he would have to do, and generally he'd do it much quicker than I'm doing it for you now, I'm demonstrating it for you, he'd run 11 cards like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 1, 1, and then 5 once more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would do the job. Let me have a look just to make sure it has done the job. Yeah, that's good. I think I've done well here. And so when he dealt the cards, let's say a 5-handed game of poker, and he's the dealer, he should be able to get himself, like I think I've just done here, the 4 aces. Let me see how well I've done. And there we have, folks. Yep, there are the 4 aces. That's pretty good. But of course, in real time, if you're going to do it in real time, you've got to do it a lot quicker. So he would take the pack of cards, and I'll try and do it in real time like he would do it. And with one shuffle like that, the job was done. Now, the thing is, he realised that if he dealt himself the best hand in cards, right here, the 4 aces, is too good, it's too pat. He'd have to do it to a confederate in the game. Now let's assume that confederate is in the 3rd position right here. He'd have to deal himself those cards. Well, let's have a look, see how well he's done. But, you know, I said the best hand in poker. I've just realised the best hand in poker is not the 4 aces. The best hand in poker is a royal flush in spades. And there we have the royal flush in spades. That can't be beaten.
And one of the weird things they taught us at school in the science lessons was that oil and water don't mix. I don't know why we needed to know that, but they told us that it's the same with the playing cards. Reds and blacks don't mix. Well, they do mix in one way, because I've actually started with the mix. So I've got water and oil, water and oil, water and oil, water and oil. So from the top it's water and oil, water and oil, and here we've got water and oil, water and oil. Okay, so they are mixed. You see, all I have to do is this and mix the cards like this, and something magical happens. You see, they are unmixed because now these are all the water cards. I've got 4 water cards here, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you see, something magical will happen again, because if I do this, they will automatically mix again. So I've got black and red red over here. And if they're blacks and reds, these must be blacks and reds. Well, they're kind of half right, because these are the 4 queens. They're still blacks and reds though.
You know, sometimes when doing card magic, it's nice not to work with the full deck. And you know, a lot of people say I've not been working with a full deck for many, many years anyway, so that's okay. And for this, I'm going to use 4 jokers and the ace, 2, and 3 of spades. And the ace, 2, and 3 of spades are quite magical. They can do things themselves. Watch this. So like I say, I've got 4 jokers, 1, 2, 3, 4 jokers, and the ace, 2, and 3 of spades. Okay, very clear to see. So just in case you think I'm cheating, there they are. Now, so in this order, we've got the ace, the 2, and the 3. The 3 goes down here, the 2 goes there, and the ace goes there, leaving me, like I said, with the 4 jokers, all 4 jokers. Now I'm going to place the jokers on top of the ace. Takes a minute. If I do this, the ace jumps to the top. I'll do it with the 2. I'll place the jokers on the 2, and that 2 will jump to the top. I'll do it with the 3, and instantly the 3 jumps to the top, leaving me obviously with the 4 jokers. But the ace, 2, and 3 can do something else, because if I do this, they too can turn into jokers, and that is magic.
You know, folks, when a magician will ask you to choose a card from the deck, first of all he'll shuffle the cards like I'm doing right now. He'll then probably spread the cards between the hands and ask you to take a card, or he'll spread them on the table. Either way, he'll say, take a card. I don't do that. I kind of go further than that. Some magicians will do this and say stop where you want, and they'll take a card. I don't do that. I kind of go further than that. Now, I haven't been working with a full deck for many, many years, so I'm going to use half the deck just to prove it. I'm going to use these cards right here. Now, I want you to give me a number between, I don't know, 10 and 20, and I'll deal to that card, okay? So any number you want. 17, okay, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now, most magicians will have you look at that card. I don't do that. I kind of go further and ask you to add the digits. 1 plus 7 is 8. Let's look at the 8th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 8th card right there. I'll leave it in full view. Now, I would like you, and this is a totally free shuffle by the spectator, shuffle these 2 packets together, and it really is not easy with these cards, but that is a genuine shuffle, believe me. those cards really are being mixed. Now I'm going to make a prediction. I want you to deal the top 4 cards to the table after your shuffle. I believe right here you've got the 8 of hearts, the 9 of hearts, the Jack of hearts and the Queen of hearts. I think that's what you've got here. Let's have a look here. I'm right, you've got the 8 of hearts, the 9 of hearts, the Jack of hearts and the Queen of hearts. If I make a space right there, your card should fit perfectly because it's the 10 of hearts to make a straight flush in a game of poker.
Hello folks, if I had a spectator here, they would do all the work here. I don't have a spectator, so you're going to have to assume that everything I do here is kosher, and it really is. And it's done from a shuffled deck of cards. And if there was a spectator here, I'd get the spectator to cut the deck freely into 4 piles. And you really will have to trust me here that everything that's going on here is a totally free choice. So I'm going to ask the spectator to cut the deck in 2, which they do, and then cut those 2 halves in 2. And these are genuinely totally free cuts by the spectator. Let's have a look at the cards you cut to. 7 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, and the 7 of hearts. No great shakes there. Nearly got 4 of a kind there, but you didn't. But look, that's a 7. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try this. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And again, this is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's this all leading to, you may ask? Well, those cards that you randomly cut to, and you really did, you found the King of Diamonds, the King of Spades, the King of Clubs, and the King of Hearts. That's pretty magical. But the kings have their partners, and the partners are the 4 queens, which are right over here. And that really is magic.
Hello folks, it's Paul Gordon here, and this is my routine called Jive Aces, which is inspired totally by Peter Kane's Jazz Aces. And if you know the construction of the original, you'll know why I favour this, and I think you'll enjoy it. So come down and have a look at it, okay? I've got Royal Flush in spades and contrasting black cards. I've got the 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace of spades, and I've got 5 red spot cards, okay? So they contrast in colour. So let me just show you again. 10 of spades, Jack of spades, Queen of spades, King of spades, and the ace. Now the ace is the leader, that always goes down here, followed by the other flush cards. That leaves me with the 5 spot cards, 5 red spot cards. Now I'm going to place one of the spot cards on the ace of spades like this, and take this flush card and place it with the other spot cards. If I do this though, these are now all the spot cards, which means over here I've now got 10 of spades. I'll do it again for you. Look, I'm going to leave a red spot card here with the ace and the 10, and the flush card here with the spot cards. All I have to do is this, and now over here I've got all the spot cards, which means over here, yeah, you're correct, that's now the Jack of spades. I'll do it again for you. Look, a spot card goes here, a flush card goes here. Again, all I do is snap my fingers, and now over here, these are all the spot cards, which means down here, I've now got the Queen of spades. The last one is always the hardest one, which is the King of spades. But first off, I'll leave a spot card right here, and yeah, the King of spades here. And all I have to do is this, and it vanishes. I mean, when I say vanishes, it's no longer there. These are just the spot cards, which means over here, I've now got the complete royal flush. Well, folks, I've magically just located the 4 aces, and I'm going to lose them again, and I'm going to find them again, as we do as magicians. Now, beneath each ace, I'm going to place a small bunch of cards. So, beneath the ace of clubs, a few cards there. Beneath the ace of hearts, a few cards there. And beneath the ace of spades, a few cards there, and the rest beneath the ace of diamonds. And I'm going to lose the aces into their respective packets, starting with the ace of clubs. The ace of clubs will go in the centre right there, and it really is in the centre, and it's now lost. The ace of hearts goes here, and that gets lost right there. The ace of spades goes there, and that gets lost there. The ace of diamonds goes right there, and that gets buried deep within there. The aces really are lost. But I'm going to try and locate them again. In actual fact, I'm going to get the ace of clubs to do a somersault and turn face up, and it should have already done it. And there, oh, there we have the 7 of clubs, not the ace of clubs. Well, the 7 is kind of an indicator card. It indicates I get allow stop. In actual fact, watch this, it's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there is the ace of clubs right there. The next one to find is the ace of hearts, and that will turn face up. And there we have, oh, it is turned face up as well. There's the ace of hearts.
two more to find, spades and diamonds, but I'm going to give the cards a shuffle at this stage. The next one to find, as I say, is the ace of spades. And to find the ace of spades, I'm going to use magic. And when I say magic, I mean this. M-A-G-I-C, and that should be right there, the ace of spades, and it is. Now to find the ace of diamonds, I'm going to try and find the ace of diamonds, but not in the full deck. I'm going to find it in half the deck. In actual fact, I'll give the cards a cut here. I think it's in half of these, in actual fact. It's going to be difficult to find the ace of diamonds, but I think it's in half of these. I'm going to whittle these down, so you can see I'm doing right now. I'm whittling it down to half. I actually think it's in half of these cards right here. The ace of diamonds in half of these. Do excuse me here, folks, it's a difficult one to find. In actual fact, I think it's in half of these cards right here. In actual fact, I think the ace of diamonds in half of these, and that last card there should be the ace of diamonds, and it is. If we get the ace of diamonds, wouldn't it be nice to do this and get the other aces right here as well? There we have it, folks.